Good day. I just want to have a little podcast about an topic that we didn't get a chance to talk to in Omaha, and that was just packaging up InDesign files. And packaging InDesign files basically allows me to create a folder, and it brings a new copy of the final InDesign file, all the fonts, all the link graphics, and generates a little report that I can put into a folder, and I could send this or FTP this to a commercial printer. I could give it to a colleague. I could use this as a backup for a project because it contains everything to recreate this. And it's really pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the File menu, and I'm going to come down to Package. A summary comes up and looks at the entire publication and lets me know if there's any problems with this. It appears there's no problems with the fonts. There is a problem here supposedly with the links and images. Let's see what this is all about. So let's go over to the left and click on links and images. And it says here that 10 use RGB color space, and that's what it's warning me about. It's told to alert me when I'm not using color models or color spaces for my graphics that are in CMYK in this situation. At this point in time, I'm going to leave that as it is and let InDesign convert them to CMYK. So that's really the only problem I see there. Let's click over here on colors and links. Everything's okay. There's only 4 process inks being used. There's no spot colors. And print settings are all set up here also. I'd probably like it to generate a report for me to save in this folder. So I'm going to come over here to my magazine final folder. I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to save this report into this. And this is kind of a high-level overview of what makes up this document. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to Package, and here I could type in some instructions for the commercial printing people, maybe for my colleagues. In case there's a problem, they could open up this text file in this folder and get this information. I'm going to click Continue. Here it's going to ask me how do you want to save this package folder, what name. It uses the name of the document plus the word folder, which is fine with me. I'm going to save it into my magazine final, and I'm going to ask InDesign to move a copy of all the fonts used, the link graphics, make sure all the updates of the graphic links are noted. And I also want to view a report and see what that report's going to be generated to put into this folder also. Again, remember that's that high level overview we'll take a look at in a second. Instructions takes me back to filling in some more data with this if I didn't do it the first time through. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to come over and pick Package. It's going to come up with a little warning about licensing of fonts. I'm going to click OK. And then it's actually packaging the file out. Here's the text report that it generated. I'm just going to show you about it. Tells you the name of the fonts, the inks, and so on and so forth. So this tells me basically the same thing as the summary when it did the pre-look at it before it packaged it. I'm going to close this out, and that's going to be included in the folder. So now I'm going to go over on my Mac here. I'm just going to go up to File. I'm going to come over to InDesign, and I'm going to hide InDesign or minimize it. On my desktop, I have a folder here called Magazine Final, and this is the generated packaged folder. So here's that report that we looked at just previously. Inside the folder are all the fonts that were used in this particular document. All the placed or linked graphics are here. Here's a copy of them, a fresh copy. And here's my magazine final instructions and a copy of a magazine setup, the actual InDesign document. So everything is in here. So if I would to burn this to a DVD, FTP this to a client or to a colleague, everything is here to rebuild this. And that's called packaging. And I use this again to ship over to a printer, or most of the time what I'm doing is I'll take the project and I'll make a backup. I'll burn this whole folder to a DVD so I have it for archival purposes in case I want to work on it again. Well, I hope that enlightened you about packaging, and then I encourage you to use it. Have a great day.